We're back for my top reads from February. This month was a little bit light. I think that has a lot to do with how short the month is itself, but there were some really good ones this month that I don't want you guys to miss out on. If you like this, you please feel free to like and subscribe, and then also let me know in the comment section if I hit any of your favorites, if you had others, if you have any new authors for me to check out. I'm always interested in finding a new author to get into. So I really would love to see your comments below. So anyways, getting right into it, we're gonna start off with The Husband Game by Brigham Vaughn. This is an ex-figure skater and a current ice hockey captain. Charlie is an ex-ice hockey skater. He's got a little bit of a rocky past with his family, and it deals with an eating disorder. So it's a little bit of a heavy topic, but I think that Brigham does a really respectful job of going about his struggles in this area. When we meet Charlie, he's basically, he's worked through a lot of it and is at like a good space. But of course, there's some stress added when he and Dustin, the ice hockey captain, wake up married in Vegas. Neither one knowing exactly what happened the night before, and then due to other circumstances and PR decide to kind of stick it out. So it's a little bit of like the fake relationship, but these two are really fun. Brigham Vaughn is a great author for making really intelligent characters, and so I think you'll enjoy. This is the first of a series called #Relationship Goals, and the others that come out afterwards are pretty good, and they all kind of take place with one of, or at least one, Fisher Cat, which is a hockey team player. This one, of course, featuring the captain, Dustin himself. He always feels like he has to be perfect. He really wants the guys to come to him with their problems, and the guys are like, no, it's cool. You're a great captain. He's like, but you guys, please come talk to me. So it's a little bit about him learning how to be not so perfect and yet still being able to be a great leader. And then Charlie just kind of dealing with his own issues and ability to open up and be vulnerable in this kind of a space. And then of course the two of them fall for each other. It's really good. So yeah, I loved it's really fun. And I thought, it's not just the main characters that were good. The Fisher Cat guys are amazing. There's Maddie, who's a big defense guy who's just a cuddly bear. He lives down the road from them. And then, of course, because Dustin's the captain, the entire team just comes in for almost whenever they want. They feel like they have a blatant open invite, which kind of maybe surprises them at one point in time. And then you got Nico, who is just always a big flirt and trying to, he's like, hey Dustin, if you can't satisfy your husband, I will, kind of a thing. It's kind of cute in a really teasing manner. So it's like I said, Brigham does really good characters, and I think everyone, including the team, is really strong here, and it's definitely one to check out for sure. Number 2 is Flameswon by Iris Foxglove. Now, I know I talked about Iris Foxglove before, but this one's a little bit different from the normal books that I recommend, in the fact that one of the main characters is a woman, and then the other one is non-binary. So it's a female non-binary pairing rather than just males or males and non-binary, which is typically the majority of what I end up reading. But I like all of it. So here we've got Katya, who has like these like dreams and desires and doesn't quite understand them, but she always feels like a little bit isolated from the rest of society because the dreams are like very war heavy focused. and then you come along Aries, who is the literal embodiment of war, and because of this they change their shape from gender to the way they look to like anything, the clothes, they are just a little mishmash. And I really like the fact that Katya is the dom and Aries is the sub here, because as they say here, war needs a handler. So I thought that was a really well done bit of a way to work in like how war is manipulated a little bit. And this has a great action. It's really heavy on the plot, and it always forward moves. And Ares kind of needs to learn a little bit on their journey. So they had this past love that they thought was for sure. They couldn't believe this person wouldn't become their companion. And then they wake up after hundreds and hundreds of years in this new world. And Katya is actually kind of like the reincarnation of that past character. But she's also her own person. So like they're trying to come to terms with this, and then also with terms of how that last relationship actually wasn't quite the best for them in a lot of ways. I don't want to give anything away. You should really pick up the book, but it's actually the last in the Immortal series, and it kind of also ties into another one of their series, which everything's almost always in the same world, but so I think if you can read Summer of the Wanderer and then read the Immortal series, then get down to Flameswon, and I think a lot of things will kind of click and make sense. It'll be really good. Plus, I mean, you're just gonna read a lot of fun stories on the way. And what Katya gets out of this is Ares actually sees her and allows her to be who she is, all the way down to like her very atoms, which she is missing a lot. So beautiful writing as always, really strong characters, lots of feels. I mean, you can't go wrong with an Iris Foxglove story for sure. Number 3 is Nightmare for Hire by Morgan Lysand. This is Nox and Psy. Now it's part of a series called the Monster Match series, but they each stand on their own, so you don't have to read the ones before. But the nice thing is, if you do read the others, you'll see like crossover characters, which is kind of fun. So we've got Nox, who's a nightmare. It's basically in the Eldritch family. So they've been around since the dawn of time. He's finally taken a human form, and he turns into like this super cute little twink who does he's like, oh, humans are weird. And he likes to feed off of their emotions, mostly being scared, because that's what he does. He goes around and creates nightmares for things. So as he's like learning this, humanity basically, he loves snacks, especially chocolate and waffles, which is really cute. He's like this super sweetheart, and he decides to hire himself out to give nightmares to people who deserve it for a fee. So Psy's ex is trying to get him back, but this guy is a piece of work. So he kind of lies to Nox and is like, hey, I need you to scare Psy back to me. And Nox is like, where's going on here? So he kind of like digs into it, and it turns out Psy is just trying to get away from this guy. And then these two really talk it out, hit it off. It's really cute. And Psy actually has this hugely traumatic past as well. So just take a little note of some trigger warnings before diving in. But overall, it's a little of a light-ish. Well, I don't know if light's the right word, but it is a really fun read. These two are really sweet. It's a very slow burn. Nox is like one of the cutest characters I've ever come across, who is like, your human notions are weird. I don't understand. And then Psy, who is a human who takes care of babies in the NICU, is like, no, this is great. And he's like, babies, weirdos. So Nox doesn't understand babies, which is fine. I don't understand babies either, which is probably why I like Nox so much. But these are really fun, and it's a really sweet and romantic read if you're kind of looking for that. Even if you like monsters, I'd say Nox definitely has like a little shadow monster to him, but it's not like overly monstrous, this particular one, but it's really good. I really like it. Definitely for those, if you do like monsters, check out the whole series, including this one. You won't be disappointed. And lastly, but not least this time around, I have another J. Hogan book for you. I could not let this one slide off the radar. The Science of Attraction by Jay Hogan is the third in the Mackenzie County series. I know I've talked about The Art of Husbandry before. This is the third, and I don't know, for some reason I think this one might be my favorite. They're all really good. I mean, favorites are a hard word to say, but we've got Liam and Jewel here, and Jules owns the next station over from Holden's, who was in Art of Husbandry. His father just went through a big stroke and can no longer really run the station, so Jules has been kind of taking over, as was expected of him. He's always expected to have inherited this. It's like in his blood. He loves the mustering. He loves the lambs. It's really cute. But his dad's kind of, his dad loves is family-ish to a point, but is also kind of a hard person and hates emotions, and also is very anti the LGBTQ community, which actually is an issue with his youngest son, who's gay, who is actually focused on in both a little bit of the Art of Husbandry, but also in the second one. And so there's this strain between Jules' younger brother and his family, which puts a strain then on him, and Jules is it's not a bisexual awakening, which is kind of nice. Jules always knows he is, but has always been more for women than men, until Liam comes on the stage. Now Liam is the occupational therapist who's in charge of helping Jules' dad get maybe not back, well, definitely not back to 100%, but at least able to walk around and do things on his own and give him some of that independence back. And these two have chemistry from the start, and I absolutely love it. Liam loves his job where he can just travel wherever, and even though he does have a sister and a nephew a little far away from the station, he's really tied into them, and we do get to see his nephew a little bit later on, who is quite the spicy character. I love it. He's a little firecracker, I must say. And then these two, the way they're just very sweet together, I will say. And I love how Liam, it kind of gives Jewel the push to truly be himself and to take what he deserves and to stand up to his family without pushing it. It's not like Liam's like, do this for me. It's just because now Jules feels like, he finally understands, like, this is what I want in life. This is something, even if Liam and himself didn't work, he'd still be like, no, I need this for myself to be happy and move forward with my life. And I love that. And then I think Jules truly gives Liam a feeling of home in a way, and creates this space. So in the end, of course, Liam stays. It's awesome. And this is definitely, I don't know, there's something about these two. It does feel like, I don't know, they kind of pushed out Holden and Gil, and I think they might be my favorite. Now, I don't know about my favorite Jay Hogan couple ever, but they're pretty close, I will say. So once again, oh my god, every time I read these, I just want to go to New Zealand so badly. So those are my top for February. A little bit of a quick one this time around. Once again, like and subscribe, and then also leave any comments down and what, if you've read these, if you've got others that you really liked. I really would love to hear your thoughts and opinions.